गुड इवनिंग एंड वेलकम बैक टू पैसा बोलता है। पैसा बोलता है पे फिर से आपका स्वागत है। टुडे आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट एन epic or an epoch development in Indian stock markets. Uday Kotak finally resigned as managing director and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank effective 1st September. This is very an important moment in the Indian banking history. He has been running this bank forever. Ever since this company became a bank in 2003, he's been in charge. This company has been in existence since 1985. It started with 3 people and 300 square feet office. It collected 30 lakhs from its friends and relatives and started the journey many years ago as an NBFC. At that time, Anand Mahindra and his father Harish Mahindra invested 1 lakh rupees as share capital, hence the name Kotak Mahindra. It later became Kotak Mahindra Finance when strong non-banking finance companies were given an option to become a bank. Many like Sundaram Finance refused. However, Kotak Mahindra agreed and became Kotak Mahindra Bank. At that point of time, when Kotak Mahindra Bank became a bank, Uday Kotak had a share of 56%, while Anand Mahindra held a 5% stake. Over the past several years, the stock has gone from strength to strength. However, the memory of most people is short term. Over the past 1 year, Kotak Bank's stock performance has the second worst among 15 private banks with a negative return of 6.9. 3 years ago, performance is also been very poor. Kotak Bank is the 13th in terms of return among its peer, generating a 23.8% return, whereas compared to ICICI Bank at 148%, Axis Bank at 104%, HDFC Bank at 40%. And if you look at the smaller banks, they are in much better position. The overhang on the stock began in 2020 with a court dispute between Reserve Bank and Kotak Mahindra over reducing promoter stake to below 20% and the succession issue. The RBI has set a mandate that managing director and CEO's tenure from a promoter-led bank cannot be more than 12 to 15 years. Uday Kotak has been around for 20 years. Over 10 years, if you look at a 10-year period, it becomes the fourth best performer by returns, delivering a 437% return. The major advantage of this bank came in April 2015 when it merged with ING Vasia Bank. The bank completed its merger with ING Vasia Bank. The shareholders of ING Vasia got 725 shares for every 1,000 shares it held in ING Vasia. ING, which is a large global bank, was the largest shareholder of ING Vasia with 43% stake, got 6.5% of Kotak Mahindra Bank post-merger. The bank had a strong customer franchisee over the decades with national bank network of 573 branches and a deep presence in South India, especially Andhra, Telangana and Karnataka. In this area, Kotak Mahindra Bank was weak and the acquisition of ING Vasia helped Kotak Mahindra become truly a national bank. If you look at the results, then the capital adequacy ratio of Kotak Mahindra is around 23%. The net interest margin is 5%. Gross NPA is 2.3%. Net NPA is 0.6. CASA ratio is about 58%. Everything about this bank is great, but there's an overhang on the dispute between the promoter and the Reserve Bank of India. Also, the fact remains, while the other banks have grown aggressively, Kotak Mahindra has been unable to grow over last 3 years. Whether it is its core banking issue or its broking company or it is its life insurance company or its general insurance companies have been non-starters when you compare it with HDFC and ICICI. So this bank operates 1,700 branches with 2,700 ATMs. 45% of its branches are in metro cities, while 55% are in urban, semi-urban and rural areas. North, East and West accounts for 30% of the branches. North, East and South West account, while the East accounts only for a total of 8% of its branch account. It has opened its first international branch in Dubai in 2019. When you look at its loan book, loan against property and home loan is 26%. Corporate banks is 23%. Working capital is 9%. Personal consumer durable 3%. Credit cards is at 3%. Vehicle finance, construction equipment is at 8%. Agriculture 9%. Tractors are at 4%. Credit substitutes are at 7%, and others are 1%. Basically, this bank does not have a strong retail franchisee in its bone book like what ICICI and HDFC Bank has. This is not a very strong credit card player. This is not a very strong retail franchisee. This inability to develop retail franchisee in both credit card and personal loans and consumer loans is what is affecting this bank. Whereas HDFC, ICICI have moved on. And at the bottom end, for those who are unbanked, it is IDFC Bank which is moving very fast in giving loans and disbursements. And in fact, I remember Kotak Mahindra Finance used to be the Bajaj Finance of NBFCs those days. However, in the last 5 years, the bank's lending credit growth has slowed down, and therefore its profits have also slowed down. The promoter stake overhang is one of the most important reasons for this. So if the promoter sells his stock, then there is a possibility of the bank stock being re-rated. Uday Kotak himself will continue to be a non-executive director in the board and will be controlling the bank through remote, because the names that have gone to the RBI to be the next CEO after Dipankar Gupta retires on 1st of January are all old Kotak hands. And Kotak in the board will have an outsized influence. The current market price is 1,778, which is a tad undervalued when you compare it to other banks such as ICICI and HDFC Bank. The promoter stake is at 26%. FII is owned 42%, DIA is 20%, and public 13%. So something has to happen to shake up this bank if the bank has to go to a different league altogether. However, in the last 20 years, when the history of Indian investing is written, this bank has created value where it has gone from less than 1,000 crores in 2003 to more than 3 lakh crores in market cap in 2023. Those stocks which underperform today will be the stars of the future. We have to work out when is the right time, when things change in the Kotak Mahindra for us to reinvest. Thank you for watching पैसा बोलता है. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट में आए इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. Kindly subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification and press the subscribe button. अगर आप ये सब कर चुके हैं तो इस वीडियो को आप अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने के लिए आग्रह करें. धन्यवाद. नमस्कार. जय हिंद. हमने बेंगलुरु की इवेंट के बाद इवेंट सऊदी अरेबिया में होल्ड करने की डिसीजन ले ली है. 22 सितंबर को हम रियाद में एक इवेंट कर रहे हैं और 29 सितंबर को हम जिद्दा में मिल रहे हैं. जो भी मुझे मिलने चाहते हैं तो और सऊदी में रहते हैं उनको रियाद में 22 सितंबर और जिद्दा में 29 सितंबर मिलेंगे. जो मुझे मिलने के इच्छुक हैं वो नीचे दिए गए ईमेल आईडी में मेल भेज सकते हैं और व्हाट्सएप नंबर से हमें संपर्क कर सकते हैं. धन्यवाद. नमस्कार. जय हिंद.